Basic Brewing Radio is sponsored in part by the American Homebrewers Association. Want to get discounts on homebrew supplies and save money at craft breweries? Join the American Homebrewers Association and save at more than 2,300 AHA member deal locations worldwide and online. Members enjoy discounts on pints, food, and merch, and 10 to 30% off online orders. Visit homebrewersassociation.org/basicbrewing to check out the AHA member deals in your area and join the AHA. That's homebrewersassociation.org/basicbrewing to join the American Homebrewers Association to access thousands of members-only discounts. Welcome to Basic Brewing Radio for Thursday, March 3rd, 2022. I'm James Spencer. Here at Basic Brewing Radio, we're all about home brewing. This week, Steve Wilkes and I taste the second Tincture sampler. This time it's fruit-based, dark sweet cherries, strawberries, and jalapeños. If you go to basicbrewing.com, you can find archives of our audio and video shows. If you go to basicbrewingshop.com, you can find our DVDs and our brewer's logbooks. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Basic Brewing and find our show page on Facebook as well. If you want to support us financially, check out patreon.com/basicbrewing, and thanks to everybody who's helping out in that way. If you go to patreon.com/basicbrewing, you can see a long list of stuff that you can access if you sign up as a supporter. Financial supporters have already seen the video episode that I'm planning to release to the general public on Friday, along with behind-the-scenes stuff and the recipe for the beer. I got to brew my toasted rye beer yesterday. After talking to Mika Leitonen a few weeks ago about brewing with rye, I was inspired to get some rye myself and put it to work. I followed Mika's advice and toasted a pound of the malted rye. There are 2 pounds in the recipe in total. I spread it out on a baking sheet and roasted it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or around 177 C, for close to 25 minutes. Now, my oven is a little old and not well calibrated, so it actually might have been a bit higher in temperature. I checked it at 20 minutes, and it was showing signs of darkening, and then at 25 minutes, I took it out because I was afraid that it was going to start to burn. In fact, Susan said that it smelled a little bit like burned popcorn. I don't know about that. It tasted pretty good to me. But here's a twist. I ordered the malted rye whole, but thanks to a mix-up at the homebrew shop, I got it milled. But I went ahead and toasted it anyway. And, if I were to do it again, I think I'd mill it again. It certainly exposed the insides of the kernels, where I think if it were whole, I think it would be mostly the outsides that got the color and flavor. So there you go. The wort tasted really good. I based my recipe on Mika's Ryenator Doppelbock recipe that you can find on brewingnordic.com, his blog there, in the article on brewing with rye. That's there on the homepage if you scroll down. I'll tell you more details later. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a beer, but it wound up with an original gravity of 1071. So, I expect it to be big and tasty. Some good news for listeners in New Jersey from our friends and sponsors Ricky and Kelly from Groenfell and Havoc Meaderies in Vermont. New Jersey residents can now get delicious meads delivered from Groenfell.com. There are only a few states where Groenfell can't deliver, and New Jersey just went from a no to a yes, so congratulations, everybody, in the Garden State. Among the tasty offerings now available to you is Brageye. Groenfell and Havoc are known for their innovative sessionable craft meads, but they also create more traditional strong meads. Brageye is part of the Groenfell Ancient Collection, blending wildflower honey, black currants, elderflowers, rose hips, and a touch of juniper berry. Brageye weighs in at 12.5% ABV, so it would be great to share with friends and family with a wonderful meal. Bundle Brageye along with the other members of the Ancient Collection, Veneer and Hagir. Orders over $75 get free shipping. I'm talking to you, New Jersey. Check out all the honey-based deliciousness at family-owned and operated Groenfell.com. That's Groennfell. Okay, Steve and I got together finally to shoot a couple of videos the other day, and afterwards we gathered together to sample our next tincture sampler. This one is fruit. Steve Wilkes, welcome back to Basic Brewing Radio.
Thanks, James. It's a pleasure to be back.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Same.
In person.
Yeah.
It's been quite a year, but we won't go into that.
No, we will not.
Because we're here to have fun and learn things.
And
pass our knowledge on to others.
Well, I'm going to pass something on. I don't know if it's knowledge.
You passed something the other day.
I did. I'm passing a jalapeno right now.
Now you've got a spoiler alert. You're crunching on a vodka-soaked jalapeno slice.
Man, that's good.
Isn't it good?
That's good enough to put in a martini.
No kidding.
I'm not kidding.
I almost said something else, but no kidding. That would be an excellent martini garnish, of which I'm sure people have done.
Well, it picked up that vodka.
Yeah.
I know this is off topic, but wow.
No, it's not off topic because okay. So what we've got is this is our second tincture sampler. The first tincture.
My proctologist.
He said that just the other day.
He did.
Right before you passed that thing.
Okay.
But no, it's the first tincture sampler. If you go back in the archives, I put dried peppers. I had a dried mild hatch pepper and a dried hot hatch peppers, and then some what I called dried Szechuan peppers, and I soaked them for a few days in half a cup of moderately priced vodka. And so we added that to a simple pale ale, sort of the standard sampler pale ale that I always make. And we mixed and matched, and you had some commercial tinctures at that time, or extracts at that time to play with as well. So first of all, we've got to define what a tincture is. Do you remember what a tincture is?
I'm going to try. I might be backwards, so you might have to correct me. But
Wish I had a nickel.
A tincture is an extract made with alcohol.
Right.
But an extract can be any flavor can be extracted with any liquid. I mean, you could use water, you could use glycerin. I mean, I don't even know what you could use for sure.
Right.
But you can use anything but alcohol.
Right.
It's an extract.
I think that's right.
But also, a tincture is always an extract, but an extract isn't always a tincture.
I think that's correct.
I do too. I think that's right.
Therefore, it must be correct. If
we both agree, it's going to be right. Okay.
So let me talk about the base beer first of all, and this is actually more from that original batch. So it'll be interesting to taste this. This was brewed on January 2nd, and it was bottled on January 17th. So this is now 2/22/22. To make a 6-pack of this, you take 1 pound or 450 grams of Pilsen Light Dry Malt Extract, and you put that in 3 quarts or about 3 liters of water. And you bring the water, you bring that wort just up to the boil. Just up to the boil. And it's starting to bubble, and you shut off the heat.
Yep.
And then you add 9 grams of Czech Satz hops at 3.4% alpha acid, and you set that away from the heat for 10 minutes to do a 10-minute hop stand. Then you chill that down in an ice bath, and then you put it in a 1-gallon jug with 3 grams of Safale USO5. The original gravity on these batches was 1063, final gravity 1010 for an ABV of 7%. So you've been sampling the base beer. So what do you think? How's it aged?
It is delicious. It is better than it was.
Oh my! First of all, it has good head retention.
That's true. It does.
Which has been a frequent complaint of the small batch series was that, you poured the beers and all the head went away immediately. Yeah, I think I'm just being impatient.
I do too.
I need to leave these alone for a while. And there's still residual foam on the top of the thing. So I don't think there's anything wrong with my cleaning process. I don't think there's anything wrong with my process, except for I drink these too early.
This is actually a really nice little pale ale. You can serve this, make a big batch of this, put it in a keg, bring it to your lawn party or your bat mitzvah, whatever.
Who wouldn't like that?
Who wouldn't like that?
Boy, that's pretty tasty.
But
we're not going to stop there.
We can't leave that alone.
Because we only get 5 minutes and 40 seconds out of a show.
That's right.
That's all we do is just sample this one beer.
That's it. Wrap it up. Okay, so now we're gonna dock these up, and we've got 3 new tinctures.
These are fruit-based tinctures, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think a jalapeno is
a fruit.
That's right.
Yeah, so into half a cup of moderately priced vodka, I put a fistful of each of these ingredients. Well, I took a whole jalapeno, and I sliced it up, and then added that to half a cup of vodka, and I took a fistful of fresh strawberries and did the same, and then I took a fistful of frozen dark sweet cherries. And I sliced everything up to give, maximum exposure to the extracting liquid, the tincture liquid.
Right.
And it's interesting because and I'll post a picture on Twitter and Instagram, but the alcohol, and these have been in here a week, the alcohol has leached the flavor, or not flavor. Well, I guess it's leached the flavor, but it's leached the color. Most notably from the strawberries. The strawberries don't look like anything I want to eat.
No.
They're just pale and bleached looking. But the tincture has a nice pinkish hue.
It does have a pinkish hue. It's actually quite lovely.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to play around with these 3 things.
So this is our ongoing series
so far.
Tinctures in Time.
It's like one of those old film things.
It's a PBS special. I need a little bit more beer.
Okay.
Because I've already drunk a bit.
You've drinking?
I've drinking.
So we're going to top up your little sample cup
there
for a little bit.
Okay, and I'm going to start with some strawberries.
Some strawberries.
And again, I don't know how much I got there. Can you see that?
Okay, now we have the little disposable pipettes that have a little bulb at the end that they're plastic and you squeeze them and you get it. That looks like 2 milliliters.
Okay, so I'm doing 2 milliliters in approximately, what would you call that, 2 ounces of beer?
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3? Okay.
That's about a third of a beer.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'll go with that.
And one of the good things I've heard about tinctures is that they are really good at preserving delicate flavors. If you were to put a bunch of strawberries into the fermenter, I think that most of those flavors would vanish by the time it got to
not agree more.
The serving vessel.
Back in my days of being a professional counselor on how to homebrew, when I owned the shop, that was one of the things I kept telling people was, if you want to keep the flavor, kind of do what we're doing right now. Add an extract or add your fruit right at bottling or right at kegging, because if you ferment those strawberries,
right,
it's going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cheers, by the way.
Cheers.
Right off the nose, I can smell strawberries.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It made a nice. So I used 2 milliliters and 3 ounces of beer, approximately. That's kind of strong enough for me. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think you're getting ready to do.
I'm doubling down.
Yeah, double down. Because I want to see what it does. And I like strawberry. I love strawberry wine.
Strawberry ice cream is one of my favorites.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't know how to pick those strawberries. What movie was that from?
I don't know.
On Golden Pond.
Oh.
It's simple, Norman. You just bend down and pick them up.
I killed it. I did.
Uh-oh. Okay.
That's really good. It tastes
delicious.
like a strawberry a nice light fruit beer that you would enjoy. I'd serve that to anybody, and they would probably like it, except for my IPA friends who would turn their noses up at it.
Oh, that's nice.
But I think it's really nice.
The bitterness may be clashing a little. The fruit is so delicate that I think even the small bitterness in this beer, I think, may be clashing or overpowering I would even, rather than a pale ale, I think if you put that tincture in a Pilsner, or a wheat beer, something with very minimal bitterness, I think that would be delightful.
I think you're right. I think it's a good observation.
And I have to say, we've had these jars of tinctures sitting on the kitchen counter for weeks, and Susan has actually used them a couple times. She's, had like I did buy it when I first started thinking about this tincture thing. I bought a 6-pack of Miller Lite, and she's not averse to the Miller Lite, but she's been dosing the Miller Lites with the tinctures.
Yeah.
So
good. Okay, that was good.
So we're at a plus for the strawberry. I think that would be a good. And we have to say that there's probably some sugars dissolved in the alcohol, so that you would have to, if you were like to say dose at bottling time, there may be a little chance that you would overcarbonate a bit, but I'm not sure that we would do that lot.
I think you'd have to really dose it pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much. I wouldn't worry about it.
And since it is vodka, which is 40% alcohol or 80 proof,
right,
you are adding a little bit of alcohol,
but again,
to that. But
in the dosing amount, the appropriate dosing amount, it's not like you're pouring shots.
Right.
I mean,
right. It's not
okay.
Unless you pour a Marshall shot, and then that's a Brulosophy triangle test. Shout out to our.
Is that statistically significant? Because if it's not, I don't want to know about it.
Shout out to Marshall and all the Brulosophy folks. The rye beer I brewed yesterday is a lager, pitched with L26 Pilgrimage from our friends and sponsors Imperial Organic Yeast. It was a beautiful, warm, sunny day, and I kind of got the best of both worlds because the weather was warm, but the groundwater and my basement are still cool, which makes chilling a lager wort and fermenting at lager temperatures a lot easier for me. This morning I checked and the airlock is bubbling, which is impressive considering that I didn't use a starter with the 1071 wort. I'm always impressed at how strong Imperial Organic Yeast performs. My stir plate is dusty because I normally don't make starters anymore for moderate gravity 5-gallon batches. Those 200 billion cells in each easy-to-open Imperial pouch usually have my airlocks bubbling before bedtime. Now, with the cooler temperatures, lagers are a little slower getting started, but the airlock was certainly bubbling before breakfast. I'm really looking forward to this beer. Ask your local homebrew store about Imperial Organic Yeast and check them out at imperialyeast.com. That's imperialyeast.com. I got a text from a very kind text from Marshall the other night. And
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
See, that's one thing I miss about NHC not being NHC anymore.
Well, it is, but this year, though, it's going to be in Pittsburgh.
Get out.
It is. I don't know what the proper response to get out is, but get out.
Get out.
But yeah, it's going to be in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
So what are you up for it?
It depends. We're building a house.
Oh, that's right. Oh, jeez. Oh,
I'm going to say yes, but
now we've gone from no foam.
This looks like
this is a Steve Wilkes pour right here.
Well, this looks like it came from the Denver Mattress Company.
You can sleep on that.
You can sleep on that baby.
Okay, I'm sorry. I poured a little too aggressive.
Well, that's all right. I'm gonna dose with Pittsburgh. You say
Pittsburgh?
When?
Yes, June.
That's when we're moving.
Late June.
Well, that's when we're breaking ground.
You don't need to be around for that.
God, I hope not.
It'd be a good excuse for you. Okay, the dark, sweet cherries. The frozen, dark, sweet cherries.
Okay.
And I bought these cherries because when Drew was home from Seattle for the holidays, he wanted to make a cheesecake, which we made a syrup with strawberries and cherries and another fruit, blueberries, and it was delicious.
Okay.
Most of mine stuck in the foam.
Okay, this one,
Wow.
I'm not crazy about.
That's powerful. That is powerful.
Smooth.
Smooth.
There's something about these. There's something about this. It's got a Luden cough drop thing going. I just doubled down on my dosage because I wanted to see if I could
I
candy
get
it
that.
up or something.
I get that. I'm going to mix it around because I think a lot of it got caught up in the foam, and I might have been getting too pure of a.
I'm not crazy about that.
Really, I thought that was going to be one of our favorites because cherry is so.
I love cherries.
Yeah.
My favorite melomel to make is cherry melomel. I love it. I've been working on my recipe for years, and I'm not crazy about that. I don't know if it's like the. I think there's a clash between the hops and the cherry flavor, but there's a Luden-esque thing going there that's just not making me happy.
I get it. I'm disappointed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the little dropper thing to fish out a cherry, one of the bleached cherries. I'm gonna taste it and see.
Okay.
How yourself.
And they were sweet cherries.
Ooh. That's not good.
Well,
that's not good.
Okay.
That's mostly just vodka. Oh. It's like all the worst parts of a cherry.
With vodka.
With vodka. So that's bad.
You've been to the Cafe Nile.
Oh, that's bad. No, the jalapeno was good.
Yeah, the jalapeno was great.
Oh. Okay, that's bad.
Well, let's move on. Then let's move on. We needn't linger.
Well, I do have from the video episode. I have the remainder of my glass of the multi-fruited beer that we made.
So do I, but mine's just about one sip and a jalapeno.
Yours is just backwash.
No, mine's got a jalapeno in it.
Oh no, that's good. And it's a good palate cleanser.
Drop on the floor.
The tartness. Oh, there's just dog hair on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But there's the tartness from the passion fruit Pilsner. It's a good palate cleanser.
Nice.
There's a keg of it behind you. So just so as you know.
That's just what I needed to know. So I try to improve my health.
Hey, dry January's over. Moist January's over. Now I'm maintaining. Nobody wants to hear about my diet, but I've maintained my discipline into February, and I'm doing pretty good. That's all I'm going to say. Dang it! Now I've poured carefully with I think the plastic in these cheap plastic cups is accentuating.
They're probably
the
not beer clean.
Well, they came from their great value.
Well, that sums it up.
And the great value is in quotation marks for some reason on the logo. I don't get it. Why would they do that? Oh, it's great value.
We don't really mean it.
From Sarcastic Brands. That's the name of the corporation. Okay, so what we got left is the jalapeno tincture.
And this one I'm very excited about.
Yes. Yeah, it paired very well with the passion fruit.
I'm doubling down.
You're doubling down because you have experience with it. So you're going with like almost 6 milliliters.
About 6 mils.
Into half a beer. Mm-hmm. About half a beer. Yeah, and this is one that I was really interested in because I've brewed 1 or 2 jalapeno beers before, and I did not get the fresh jalapeno character that I was looking for. And Rose down at Superior Bathhouse Brewing down in Hot Springs she and her folks brew a really delicious jalapeno beer. And the thing I like about it is you pick it up and you smell it, and it smells like fresh peppers.
Yeah.
So you get the pepperiness, pepper meaning the fruit, the pepperiness of the jalapeno in the beer, and then you taste it and you get the heat, you get the flavor, and then you do get the heat, but it's not all about the heat. It's not like, oh, this is this is a stunt beer.
Right.
It is a deliciously flavored beer, and I was hoping that through the tincture we could extract some of the volatile stuff from the jalapenos and be able to insert it directly into the beer without losing it in the fermentation process.
And I think that happened.
And I put like 6 milliliters into this roughly, it's more than a third of a beer. I do get it a bit on the news.
I like this a lot. I really like this.
Oh.
Of the three, this works by far the best.
Oh, I would agree.
It's just absolutely delicious. It's a little savory, but the heat's not overpowering. But it's there. There's a little kick, and then just that delicious fresh fruitiness of the jalapeno.
Yeah.
Boy, that's super good. And then the beer that it's paired with, which is a very mild pale ale, pairs really nicely with it. This is absolutely wonderful. Highly recommend doing this. The jalapeno is great. Serranos would work really well too.
Oh yeah.
They have a great flavor. Habanero would work great too. Just be careful of the heat. Just different flavor profile. But wow, this is super good.
And this is a good contrast with the dried peppers that we did with the first sampler, tincture sampler, where all of those peppers were dried and perhaps roasted a bit. I'm not sure about the hatch, but there was a kind of roastiness, kind of umami kind of thing going on with those as well. But having the fresh peppers, you get that. It's almost like a bell pepper quality.
There's a little bit of vegetal character to it in a really good way.
The sweetness.
It's lovely. It's delightful.
Now comes the bonus portion. What would happen? I'm going to try to mix a little bit of the strawberry in with this jalapeno beer, which I like.
I bet that'd be good.
I'm gonna give it a squirt. I'm gonna stay away from the cherry just because, like you said, the Ludens, and I'm gonna do like 2.5 milliliters of the strawberry in with that.
Have you got some more base beer? I need a
do.
little bit more base beer.
I do.
That way I can dose it up properly. Okay.
Do-si-do.
Do-si-do. Okay, so there's my right at 3 mils of strawberry.
Right.
And now I'm going to do about.
Oh, you're going to put more now.
Because I'd already drank almost all of my.
Oh, okay, good point.
So I need to rehydrate here.
Okay.
Okay. Now I've got approximately.
Somebody's building a spreadsheet right now.
Yeah, which is sad. Sad little lives.
Now.
I know. I'm just kidding.
You do what you love.
Well, I do it too. But I've got about 4 ounces of beer.
Yeah.
And about 3 mils of strawberry extract or tincture, and 3 mils of jalapeno tincture.
But there was some leftover jalapeno in there as well.
A little bit.
Cheers.
I mean, this ain't going to pass no, course in biology or anything or chemistry.
It smells good.
That's really good.
Ooh, it smells. The strawberry
That's
really
delicious.
comes through on the nose.
But you know what?
A lot.
Because the strawberry sweetened it up some.
Oh man!
I lost a little bit of the savoriness
and the heat.
So I've doubled down
On the jalapeno.
I now have about 6 mils of jalapeno.
Wow.
and 3 mils of strawberry in the 4 ounces of beer, which I just had just a taste of. Now I'm going to see what I think.
Oh, that's a good balance. Who would think that jalapeno and strawberry would go good together?
Not
it's
me.
The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup of beer.
It's like an 80s sitcom.
Come and knock on our door. That's 70s, though. And did they go into the 80s? Three's Company?
I think so.
That's
good.
That's the combination. Ooh, now I'm
strawberry and the jalapeno in the base beer. That is very good.
Now I'm getting the heat. On the back of my tongue, there's the heat from the jalapenos. It's kind of like a little surprise afterwards.
Yep.
Which is what my favorite pepper beers have been that way. It's not like you drink the beer and you're like, "Ooh, this is hot." You know, it's not like the hot pepper challenge on YouTube.
Right.
It's you drink the beer, you taste the pepper, and then a couple minutes later, as you're talking to somebody else, you go, "Ooh."
Right. But it's not enough that it makes you want to like run and hide.
No, not at all. It's just a bit of heat. It just warms you up. You know.
Wow, this is good.
That's really good.
This is my favorite.
A jalapeno strawberry beer.
What would it be like if it were a passion fruit Pilsner jalapeno strawberry beer?
Oh, well, hold on.
One wonders.
Okay, you have to vamp. Either that or I'll edit. But
you have to vamp because I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. We're going to pause, and we'll be right back. I can't stop thinking about my rye beer. I brewed it with a multiple-step mash, which I normally don't do, but it was easy with my electric brew-in-a-bag system from our friends and sponsors Desiree and Dave from HighGravityBrew.com. I started out at 104 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 40 C, because I wanted to break down the sliminess that often comes from using malted rye. And Mika Leitonen recommended that I do a beta-glucanase rest, so I stayed there for half an hour or so, and then simply dialed up the rest temperature on my Warthog EBC 130 controller from HighGravityBrew.com. And from the beta-glucanase rest, I went up to a saccharification rest at 150 degrees Fahrenheit, or 65 C, for about 70 minutes. And I was going to go further to a mash-out, but I decided I just wanted to get on with it. The mash was already stirring really well, so it was nice and loose. Plus, using brew in a bag, I think it's less important to do a mash-out than with a standard mash tun. An electric brewing system from HighGravityBrew.com can take the pain out of propane. Whether you're a single-vessel brewer like me or if you prefer 2 or 3 vessel setups, from 5 gallons to 2 barrels, HighGravityBrew.com has you covered. And if you use the code EBC75BB, you can save $75 off your Warthog purchase. Check them out at family-owned and operated HighGravityBrew.com. That's HighGravityBrew.com.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
I don't know what.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Okay. So I've poured us each a sample of the passion fruit Pilsner.
The PP.
Now, what's your plan with the? Now you're sipping some of the.
I just wanted to get the base beer.
Get a baseline.
So the base beer is a base beer that's been flavored with passion fruit.
Right.
So to recap, it was a very nice light Pilsner with Hallertauer tradition and pilgrimage.
Yes.
Yeast from our good friends at
Imperial Organic Yeast.
That's right.
Thank you. Yeah, good. Kudos to you.
Am I good at this or what?
Do you remember what the L number is? It's L26.
L26. Bingo.
Bingo.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I had this idea that the passion fruit Pilsner would be really nice with the strawberry.
Yes.
And jalapeno.
Okay.
And I'm going to do, how much is that?
That's like 2.5 milliliters.
Okay, so we're going to 2.5 mils
in half a beer.
Half a beer, so 6 ounces of beer. And About. Yeah, this is not brewlosophy.
We're not. Yeah.
Let's get some things clear here. And about the same. About 2.5 mils, would you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And
not saying that philosophy is bad. I'm just saying
no,
we're not as
we're bad. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
We don't measure. We just taste.
More artsy.
We're very
they're sciencey.
Yeah, they're science.
It's
we're art.
Left and right brain. So I'm going to do the same as you. And yeah, we just need Brilosophy to come in and tell us what we did.
Exactly.
Okay, so 2.5 milliliters of each, the jalapeno and strawberry extract in the passion fruit pilsner, and
that is like a Mel Gibson film.
oh God,
I don't know. I just meant grandiose.
oh Lord.
Well, do with that what you will.
Tread lightly.
Tread lightly. That's really good.
The passion fruit of the... Is that what you were going at for?
Well, maybe.
Okay. All right.
I'm not doing that.
We're going to get canceled. All right.
This is really good.
It's really good. And the thing I like about it is it blends those three fruit characters together.
Wow. You know, that would be one of those. This would be one of those beers that you would approach a local brewery and say, "I want to do a batch."
Ooh, that'd be a good collaboration brew.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's super good.
It's super refreshing. Okay, let me dissect it here.
Okay.
First of what I get is the tartness from the passion fruit, but then there's that delicate fruit flavor of the strawberry.
Yep.
And then at the end is the heat from the jalapeno. But
also in the nose, you do still get a little bit of the pepperiness from the jalapenos. That is a winner.
Oh. Yeah. And you
That's
do
a
get
winner.
the flavor of the pepper as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boy, I'd be doing a tap takeover with that.
See, and I would challenge anybody to tell you what's in it. You know, if you gave that beer to anybody, and they would taste it, I'm sure that they would say that it's a pepper beer because of the heat. But then, what are those fruit? It's hard to the fruit components blend so well together.
That's one of the best little experiment beers things that we've ever done.
Yeah,
on the show.
I would agree. That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. We can quit now.
Oh, but one more thing.
One more thing.
Our friend Daniel at North Tunnel Brewing Supply,
nice.
which used to be Steve's homebrew shop.
Yes.
Last time I was there, he said, "Here, I'm going to give you this beer, and I want you to taste it and see what you think." And it's germane to this conversation because it is a strawberry shortcake fandango kettle sour beer from Toppling Goliath Brewing Company in Decorah, Iowa.
Huh.
How random is that?
That's random.
But Daniel gave me this beer and said, "Here, take this beer, drink it, and let me know what you think."
Okay.
So thank you, Daniel, from North Tunnel Brewing Company.
Wow, it's red.
In Fayetteville, Arkansas. Boy, yeah. So let's see what they did with the strawberry flavor. I'm just going to pour a little sample for each of us. I'm going to save some for Susan. Now, does it have the
Tell me again.
ABV? It's a strawberry shortcake fandango.
So I'm expecting.
This is a 5.8% ABV, so it's not.
I'm glad that it's
crazy.
not crazy strong. Sometimes the crazy strong gets
it
to
has
me.
a pinkish hue.
It has a pinkish hue.
Clunk.
I'm expecting some
My
bready notes.
God.
I haven't.
You haven't.
No. I'm expecting a strong strawberry flavor or essence. I want to get some whipped cream in there somewhere.
And other delights.
And And I also
gets
want that
subject?
kind of shortcake. You know,
Okay.
I want all that in there.
Smell it.
Okay.
It smells like shortcake.
It does.
It smells exactly like a shortcake. How do they do that? I guess did they put shortcake in there? That smells great. Not from a beer perspective necessarily, but it just makes me want strawberry shortcake.
That tastes like a strawberry shortcake.
Gosh,
That's amazing.
I've never smelled a beer with so much cake. It's
Wow.
I just want to smell it.
Well,
I mean, it's not
okay, but
if I had a nickel. But the smell just smells like, and it's not like, to me, it's not like the spongy shortcake. To me, it's like the crackery
right.
kind of
Yeah.
shortcake.
Real shortbread, yeah.
Yeah. It smells great.
It's got a soggy bottom, though. Wow, that's good. That's amazing.
You know what it needs? A little more strawberry.
A little more strawberry.
I do get I get tons of shortcake. The strawberry being a delicate flavor, our strawberry beers. Oh, you're putting some jalapeno.
A jalapeno in mine up.
You're a rebel, Dottie.
Well, I grew up in Colorado and we ate these.
So I goosed mine with a little more strawberry tincture because it is a tasty beer and it's a fun beer. But the strawberry, maybe who knows how old the beer is as well, but the strawberry's kind of faded a little bit. What's the jalapeno bring into it?
It brings a world of hurt. It's good.
And
it just adds that. I guess I just kind of like that little savoriness. The beer, that's a really good beer.
Oh, with a little dose of strawberry tincture, that's right where it. And to be fair, like I say, I don't know how old this beer is. It could be that in the early days, it was the strawberryness was where it is now with the tincture, but the tincture really tops up the strawberry.
Well,
it's really tasty. It's a novelty beer.
It's a novelty beer. It's not something that I'm going to drink, every day when I come home from work, since I don't work anymore.
But it's like a dessert.
Yeah, it's a dessert.
And I've squirted a little jalapeno in there and see what happens. Oh, we got to do a strawberry.
That's good, isn't it?
Strawberry jalapeno beer.
When you do the strawberries and the jalapenos together, it's amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
That is amazing.
That combination.
Yeah.
After we get done, and I remember, probably when I'm editing this, I'll say, oh yeah, I was going to do that. But I'm going to Google strawberry jalapeno and see if anybody's done recipes out there with strawberries and jalapeno, because that combination,
it's amazing,
is so good. And it's something that we wouldn't have discovered had we not played with tinctures.
I would never have thought of this. Never have thought those would have gone together. Which, of course, we'll find out once we Google it that like everybody's done it.
Of course.
But that's the revelation of the day, is the lovely interplay between that incredibly delicate strawberry and that quite assertive jalapeno.
Right. But then the crust character of that beer.
Yeah.
It reminds me, so kudos to Toppling Goliath Brewing. But it reminds me of, when we drink either Wisconsin Belgian Red or the raspberry tart from New Glarus, we always say that it's super fruit forward, but there's always the crust in the background.
That's the part that's hard to get.
Right. They have mastered the crust.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe that's a show. I don't know.
Yeah.
Steve?
James?
Wow. It's amazing. It's every time we get together, it's a lot of fun, and I hope everybody out there has as much fun. They probably don't. But maybe you make your own tinctures and sample as we go along, And give us some suggestions on future tincture shows. If you guys out there want to have a tincture that you've made that you've found to be delicious, let us know, and we'll give it a shot. Man, I think that there's a strawberry jalapeno beer.
Yeah, I think so.
In the future.
Yeah.
Maybe just a small batch. Maybe it's just a 1 gallon batch.
And from my side of the fence, there may be a strawberry jalapeno mead in the future.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be really good.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or
not.
That's why you make small batches.
But the flavor is intriguing, and I'm interested to play with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's something that you discover when you play with tincture.
Play with tincture. Our ongoing series, Time for Tinctures.
Time for tinctures. When I'm dancing the hoedown and my boots start to slow down. Okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, James.
Well, thanks again to Steve. That was a lot of fun. I cut out a lot of stuff. I cut out a lot of joking around. So I don't know. I don't know if people would be interested to hear that or not. It's I wanted to just stick to the topic. Maybe I could put a joke reel together for our Patreon subscribers or something. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. Next week, I plan to run the next installment of our recipe development series. I had a great conversation this week with Chris Colby about base malts. So I appreciate all the feedback and questions that I've been getting on the topic of designing recipes. So if you have questions or an area that you'd like to see us cover, just drop me a line at james@basicbrewing.com. Or just fill out the contact form on basicbrewing.com. And please don't forget to tell us where you're from. Check out our mobile-friendly shop at basicbrewingshop.com. Thanks to everybody supporting us through our Patreon page. Special goodies coming your way. Check that out at patreon.com/basicbrewing. It's all until next time. Until then, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm James Spencer. Production help for Basic Brewing Radio and our website is provided by Kelly Dodson. Basic Brewing Radio is a production of Active Voicing. We'll talk to you next time, everybody. In the meantime, stay well and stay tuned. So long.